Okay, the light says live, but of course I need confirmation because you know how computers and the internet are. It says we're on. You can probably hear me. You can because we're live. Yes, it's alive. I'm Max. I rant. Max rants. I want to talk to you a little bit about last Friday. First, a drink of water. My wife says, don't cough on the air. That's good stuff. So, last week on Friday, we talked about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and how Meghan had basically worked hard to destroy his life for her own benefit. Well, that's fine. I thought we had enough of that. But now the research people have come up and shown me a lot of stuff about the royal family itself. I don't normally do that, but I want to talk about it specifically about what would you call it? The conspiracy of Camilla, Horseface's revenge. Well, anyway, this is about how the best laid plans of mice and men oft go awry. How has Camilla gone from being the new queen to public enemy number one? How has this happened? Well, in the long history of the British royal family, Camilla's behavior, her position, have been controversial to the point to where there'll be an asterisk by her name in all recounts of the royal heritage. Now understand, what really plunged her into this irretrievable quicksand wasn't simply because she was a third party or an outsider. It's because a massive series of her eye-popping illicit behaviors since becoming queen have pissed the people off. And she's not really a queen, she's more of a queen consort, since when Charles dies, she does not become king. Well, here's Camilla. She succeeded. She became queen. Now, this should have been the pinnacle of her career, the glory of her life. This should have been it. This should have been the absolute apex. It was her golden opportunity to conquer the public criticism of her sleeping with Charles and reshape her image. She had the chance, but she lost herself, okay? She disappeared into a whirlwind of power hungriness. She just jealousy, rage, deciding, okay, I'm powerful, I'll be more powerful, and overestimating her own self worth. According to media reports, just for example, the media says that Camilla secretly took 1.2 million pounds. That's about $1.5 million US. She took it out of the Diana Memorial Fund to renovate her own personal rose garden. Think about it a minute. Something as sacred as the Lady Diana Memorial Fund, she's taking money out for her own rose garden. Princess Diana is still an English rose in the hearts of her adoring public. And her memorial fund, it carries the memories, the respect. Camilla's taking money out of there. It was tantamount to sprinkling salt on the public's wounds, openly trampling on their morals, laughing at financial and moral outcomes and policy. There is no rule where Camilla is concerned. Well, maybe there is now, but we'll get to that. As soon as it was revealed she was taking this money, the public was pissed. I'm serious. It ignited public anger, which had not been seen probably since World War II. Camilla, Charles' former paramour and shack job. Remember, Camilla and Charles were shacking it up even the day before and even during the honeymoon of Charles' marriage to Lady Diana. All the time he was married to Diana, Camilla, this horse-faced lunker, was his real bed partner. Well, the public was really reluctant to accept her. They know the royal family's dirty. They know that everybody sleeps with everybody, and they're all a bunch of reprobates. But this gave them room to make Camilla a bullseye. Now, taking that money is just the beginning of her demonic nature and behavior. I mean, after that, her unscrupulous, her jealous interference in the royal rules of succession basically plunged her deeper and deeper into the abyss of public scorn, public ridicule, public contempt. Here we have the son of Camilla, her son, and her ex-husband, owing £2.3 million in gambling debts to loan sharks. So she's got to find a way to help them. And their daughter, Laura, okay, this woman spills the juice. She sells royal secrets in exchange for money to feed her alcoholism and whatever else goes up her nose. You understand that in order to secure privileges for her children, Camilla has colluded, she has conspired with her ex-husband, Andrew, and together they carefully planned the current, well, not current anymore, it's dying away, but the sustained attacks against Prince William and his loving wife, Kate. Now, in the royal tradition of inheritance, William plays an important role because he's the future king. Camilla's behavior, it's undoubtedly challenging the stability of that tradition. Her efforts, her actions, they endangered hundreds of years of sacred tradition. This is so insidious that neither the royal family nor the public would tolerate it. In a powerful chess game of the royal family, Camilla found herself an ambitious but unqualified player. She finally managed to squeeze out the legacy of Diana. But Charles's illness, his cancer, continues to get worse. In an attempt to save face and secure her permission, she set her sights on a woman. It's a woman, even though its name is Ross, on a woman named Ross Hambry. Ross Hambry is the wife of a marquis and William's childhood friend. Well, understand, Ross is married to the marquis, but she's been sleeping around with William. Of course, these royals are horn dogs. They do what they want to do. They feel that God has put them there, and they are gods themselves. So here we go. You got William cheating on Kate. So Camilla says, okay, here we go. She forms an alliance with her mother-in-law and daughter-in-law and agitates and instigates in concert with Ross to try to persuade William to challenge the status of the Duchess of Cambridge. That's Kate. They're trying to push Kate out of her title and possibly out of the marriage. They want this very badly because Camilla needs to have control of the king-to-be. As long as Ross, that's a woman named Ross, can succeed in affecting the marriage of William and Kate, she would gain a higher status with the royal family. This would elevate Camilla's influence, her control over William, who is actually rather a weak-willed little guy, so that he could consolidate her position not as queen consort, but as queen. Oy, big dreams from little minds, eh, baby? Now, Camilla overestimated Ross's ability and underestimated Kate's. Kate didn't cry and question like Diana would have done and like Diana did. Why are you sleeping up? No. Instead, she chose to she took a step back and looked at the situation. And when the Ross affair was at its height in 2019, Kate fell ill and retired. 2 years after she disappeared, people had begun to feel really sorry for Kate. They shifted the blame completely onto William and Ross, who have not recovered from this black eye since. There was an instant reversal of public opinion here. When Kate reappeared 2 years later, she was the media darling, and Camilla's efforts fell flat on their ass. Now, as a result, Camilla's relationship with other members of the family has deteriorated sharply, rapidly, in a nosedive. The social circle of the past is now full of exclusion, dissatisfaction, and anger toward her. In the hearts of the people, her image has fallen from that of a high queen to a selfish, evil bitch. Her reputation, as I said, plummeting, heading towards earth, irretrievable. Camilla had the opportunity to write her own positive chapter, But because of her greed, her short-sightedness, she buried her reputation and future with her own hands. In the shadow of Buckingham Palace, a war without gunpowder has come to an end, a quiet end. The candle of King Charles grows dimmer and dimmer. But from his hospital bed, he made a decision to rewrite the disposition of royal wealth, changing his chief beneficiary to William. William gets damn near everything. Harry gets a good-sized chunk as well. And Camilla, if what I hear is true, when the king dies, she'll be leaving with whatever she has in the bank and whatever she has on her back. She will not become anybody in the powerhouse. She will no longer be a part of the royal family. She will be sucking wind and rotting with what she has, this ugly, horse-faced. You look at her face and remember what my grandmother taught me. She said, when you're in your 20s, you have the face that God gave you. And when you're older, you have the face that you deserve. Oh yeah, horse face. That's what the people around Buckingham Palace and the other castles call her. They could refer to her behind her back as horse face. Her story should become a sad example of what not to do, who not to screw. That's all I have to say about that. Thanks for putting up with me. That was a long one.
Starts to make me sick. I think it's Mexican.